Hi, you're listening to the Therapy Hour with Rusty Lozano. This is our Therapy Corner hotspot. 10-minute little intervention to give you some useful news on parenting advice, especially parenting a child with symptoms. It made me think. Yesterday I was in an appointment, and we have this stress gym here at our center. And the way that our rotation works is we have a clinical rotation where we're teaching skills, and we have a practicum. And in the practicum is where you actually practice these techniques to see how well they actually work out. And if we're teaching you actually works, if the kids can produce it in a situation where, it's a obstacle course and how well they can actually perform. Well, one little guy, it was a sibling of the actual patient that they trained together, was having a really hard time making one swing to the other. And one of the things that would happen is he would fall down and start screaming and crying, and he bumped his knee. But then what he would do is actually get right back up while he was whining and crying, and he'd try again. And so the mom was intervening, and I talked to her about this concept of parenting a patient with symptoms and knowing the difference between a symptomology, like true pathology, versus behavior, because they both look the same. So let's take a scenario like a child that has a headache condition, and they've been struggling with headaches for a long time. And now maybe they're missing a lot of school. And so we're trying to get them motivated to go, have a morning routine, get up, headache kicks in, and all of a sudden they're feeling terrible, and then they can't go. So a parent instantly just says, okay, go lay down. It's another day that we didn't actually have an opportunity to go to school, so it's like a parent can feel very defeated and have a difficult time knowing how to find their way out of it, because the symptom is real, but is it really at the moment? And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between a child's reaction being behavior versus pathology. A behavior would be seemingly a reaction of throwing a fit, being upset, frustrated, but then like being able to recover. They're doing something while they're in this fit of rage or fit of being upset. For example, the child that was actually going and getting on a swing. For a headache patient, they may be moaning and saying, I don't feel very good, but they're sitting at the table, maybe eating cereal or sitting up doing something on a computer or playing video games. And so it looks like the outcry is they're upset, but then like you watch the actions. And this is one thing I train parents to do, is watch the actions and see what the actions are saying. Are they really upset? Or are they in the midst of doing something that they're saying that they're upset while they're doing it? So yesterday's example was that this little guy was actually, he fell down, he was screaming, he was crying. Mom wasn't responding, and then he got up while he was crying and upset, and he got back on the swing. And so I was like, if he were really hurt, could he do that? That's what I said to her. And so it was a learning opportunity to see it and for her to see it. And she goes, this is where I get stuck all the time. And I was like, well, one of the ways that you can tell is when somebody is upset, they can't, they're stuck like a dead duck in the water. There's no movement. They're upset, and everything is shut down. So the action is that they're not moving. They're shut down. They're actually not having much productivity, or not in the midst of doing something. They're out, laying down, closing their eyes, crying while they're laying down. And you can tell it's real because they're really upset and they're really crying. And then the other way of determining it is to look at the behavior and see that they're going through the motions of being upset, but then they're actually doing something else. So you watch the actions is what you do as a parent. Watch the actions, and so it'll give you a little bit of a insight, not into what they're saying, because, if you start ignoring a child that's throwing a fit, they may start using verbiage like, you don't love me, you don't care about me, look, you're not even responding to me, and in which case they're trying to bait the parent to respond and react to them because they're not, as compared to a child that comes over and wants a hug and they're upset. Big difference. And so look at the actions And so this give you an idea of like when to push a little bit, when to halt yourself and not say anything, and then when to be supportive. Because I think that, parents may get conditioned to think and see that a child is crying over and over again, and then that triggers their remorse, their empathy, and so then what ends up happening is they're not parenting their child at that point, and so a child learns very quickly. If I throw a fit, if I get upset, if I'm frustrated, then what happens is, I can get what I want, and my parent, mom and dad, they won't react to me, and so it can become really difficult in that kind of situation. So, food for thought. I just wanted to kind of give you an idea. We do have a parenting program that is designed specifically for parenting a child with symptoms. It's called the 31. And that's a program we have here at the Center for Biofeedback and Behavior Therapy. You can contact us if you'd like more information. My number is 469-358-1309. Our website, onlinebiofeedback.com. And you can follow us on Twitter, Center for Biofeedback and Behavior Therapy. You can also join our radio show listing on Facebook and listen to these updates and some of our archived shows. And we hope that you are able to, whether it be with us or another facility, reach out and get the kind of help that you need. So as you're parenting a child with symptoms, you can find your way through. This has been Rusty Lozano. I hope that this was insightful, and have a great day.